Hey there guys, gals, and non-binary pals, GM Potter here. Welcome to my channel where I talk about books and bookish things. And since it is New Year's Eve, I thought it would be fun to talk about reading goals for 2025. So let's get into it. So my goal for 2024, let's talk about where we were so we can talk about where we're going. My goal for 2024 was to read 80 books. Last year I think I set my goal for 75 and I didn't quite make it. 2023 I think it was set for 75 and I didn't make it. So this year I'm going to push myself a little bit further. I didn't hit my goal, but I want to stretch myself. I want to go. And I hit 80. I surpassed 80. I set it for 80. I surpassed 80 as of filming this. It's a few weeks before New Year's, because I have some dog sitting that I need to do. But I'm sitting at 132 books that I've finished. This doesn't include things that I DNF'd. This doesn't include just books that I finished from 12/01 on January 1st, 2024 until today. This number may go up a little bit by the end of the year. Like I said, it's a couple weeks before New Year's Eve, but I wanted to take a little bit of time off for myself too. So, 132 books so far. And that's if I don't read another page. I've already talked about my favorite books and my least favorite books so far this year. And I love reading. I love being transported to different worlds. My reading list is one page in my 8.5 by 11 planner, front and back, 2 columns, small handwriting, and a small page, front and back. Like that's what I've got. Well, no, front only, not front and back, front only, and 1 column. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I read a variety of books. I read memoirs, I read horror, I read romance, I read fantasy, I read romantasy, I read finance books. I will read just about anything as long as it holds still long enough for me to read it. But that doesn't mean that I've enjoyed it, and that doesn't mean it's captured my attention. So, some goals for 2025. I'm still working on the Rory Gilmore Reading Challenge. I want to read at least 5 books off of that list. It's got over 100, I think it's got over 200 books on it. And I want to read at least 5 more books off of that list. This past year, I think I read 6 or 7. That video's already come out. I've already forgotten what I said. But I want to read at least 5 books off of that list. I've got some books that I am anticipating for the new year. Some books that I've already ordered. And those would be Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. That one's a romance book. She's a new favorite author of mine. Then I've got John Green's Everything is Tuberculosis, The History and Persistence of Our Deadliest Infection. Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. I read Fourth Wing. I read Iron Flame. I am going to reread those before Onyx Storm comes out. Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix, and Deep End by Allie Hazelwood are the ones that I have pre-ordered. I haven't really looked at new books coming out in 2025 because I would be tempted to pre-order them. And I'm on a little bit of a no-buy. Well, a little bit of a no-buy for December because it's my birthday, it's Christmas, it's Yule, Sol Invictus, it's all the holidays in one. And so I try not to spend money in December on myself. And so that's what I'm currently doing, is not spending money on myself. So I'm not buying myself books. The temptation is high. but I spend money on my kitties. Loki is curled up. He's the little black void there on the table, curled up in his mess. So those are some books that I'm looking forward to reading. I'm looking forward to writing up notes. I have a new book notebook already stickerfied. These ones are from Wrong, and it's empty. It's completely empty and full of promise. And I know this won't hold very many books because I have last year's book notebook, and I tend to write my notes on one side, and then the other side is for overflow. So typically it's a page or less of notes, but I do have two, and then there's a couple days where I have my notes, I have my overflow notes, and then I have a post-it note on top of that. If I need more, I'll use a post-it note. My life is covered in post-it notes some days, it feels like. But I'm looking forward to it. This one will live in my purse and it'll come with me so I can write notes on what I'm reading as I'm reading it. I want to use my local library more. I have used it quite a bit this year, 2024, in that I've been using the Libby app, mostly for audiobooks, but it does have ebooks and magazines too. So I want to use that more, but I want to use the physical location more also. Like, I want to make time to actually go to the library and like go touch the books instead of going and spending money on the books. I want to go touch the books and pick up the books and sniff the books and check them out, take them home, read them, and then bring them back and exchange them for more different books. Because ebooks are great, audiobooks fantastic, but they will never replace real books. Well, those are real books, but they'll never replace physical books for me. So I'd like to use my library more. I'd like to buy more secondhand books, I feel. For new releases, a lot of times I'll get excited, and in this past year, especially in years past, I've gotten excited, I've bought a book, I've read it, and then I've been so utterly disappointed that I just sell it to my secondhand bookstore, or I donate it. And that is such a waste of money. It's so expensive. Books are so expensive. I know how much work it takes to write a book. I know how much work it takes to write a book, and to edit it, and to revise it, and to do all the things. I'm a writer. I know. But at the same time, why are they so expensive? And then you save up and you buy this book and you're so excited, and then it's disappointing. And it breaks your heart a little bit because you don't want it in your collection. And so I want to read more books from the library, and I want to buy more books secondhand. So I'm not contributing to the heat death of the universe, shall we say. And that way it costs less, and I can either return them back to the library, no harm, no foul, or when I sell them back to my secondhand bookstore, I might even make a profit. Who knows? The secondhand book market is ridiculous, but I'll save a little money up front, and then I'll get a little bit of money back. It's like renting a book, but not as expensive as renting it from, say, Barnes & Noble. So, yeah, those are my big reading goals. I want to use my library more. I want to read at least 5 books off the Rory Gilmore Reading Challenge, and I want to buy fewer books new, just for fiscal reasons. So, do you have reading goals? Do you even set reading goals for yourself? I'd love to hear what you have to say, what you're thinking, what you're looking forward to reading. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!